Hey, what's happening, everybody? Yeah, I'm back again. Whew. Good people, good people. Come on in. Come on in, everybody. If you're in, send me a shout so I can get it started on my rant. Oh man, what a shadow I'm casting. That wasn't a good idea. Whatever I just did. Perhaps. Whew, that's in my way. Y'all bear with me for a second. Every time I get on this thing, I start messing with stuff and fumbling with stuff. One day I'm gonna learn to leave well enough alone. Whew. I'm trying not to be so close up in y'all face. Hi, what's happening, everybody? Do I need to bring this thing in a little closer and run the risk of knocking it over? Is that better for everybody? Yeah, that looks better. That looks fine. I'm casting a shadow, but where would we be without shadows, huh? Reminds me of that shadow reminds me of my imaginary friend when I was younger. I named him Shadow. Double Whopper, you asked me what I'm doing. I am unwinding. Hey, let me ask y'all something. Hold on a second. It stopped. Is my music too loud? It's in the other room. I'm too lazy to get up and turn it off. Is it too loud? If you can't hear it, then it's not too loud. I'm too lazy right now. So Double Whopper, what I'm doing right now, I am doing absolutely nothing. Silver Eagle, what's happening? Riser, my eating is going good. This is my second live of today. Okay, welcome aboard, everybody. If I don't speak to you, it's because I don't have my glasses on. I'll put them on every now and then. Welcome aboard. So if you haven't already, I am reaching out for subscribers. I want to grow this thing. I know it's not gonna happen overnight, but I'm gonna, be patient with it and be thankful for each and every one of you. Back to what I'm doing. When I got through with my live, I went outside. Well, that was a couple hours ago. Like I said, I had to work on this weed eater. Crunk up on the second try. It's been sitting up for 2 years, so that was great. Packed it up, put it on a truck, put gas on the back of the truck. Headed to drop it off at its destination. Ms. Lady said, well, that's okay. You don't have to bring it today unless you just want to. Don't sometimes you wish you could just baby shake somebody? I mean, we talked about this earlier. Yeah, I'll look at it this afternoon and with my little short-minded self, because like I said, if it's not pertinent, I'm going to forget about it. I even set my calendar to remind me of this weed eater when I got home. I thought I was gonna have to fool with it a lot longer. The fact that it started right up, I don't have to change the spark plug, but I was already ready, set, go to go down there, drop it off. Still had gas from last time, not in it, but I still had gas, but it gave me more time because now I need to drain that gas out of that gas can. and put new gas and the 2-cycle oil in there, the mixture. And I couldn't find my small spark plug adapter. So I'm gonna have to buy another one of those, it appears. I'm sure it's in my truck in my bag. I was too lazy to look in there. So they gave me some free time. I went to the park, walked around 2 laps, and I sat down, and I had my headphones on. I'm crooked, y'all, hold on. And I had my headphones on, pretty much listening to the same music I'm listening to right now. I sat at the park and went to sleep. I was just that relaxed. Headphones on, just nodding out, lean back. I could have woke up robbed, but I doubt in that park anyway, just saying. If it hadn't been for those kids going by with those skates and skateboards and the little kid on the little bike with the bell, I'd probably be still up there asleep right now. So that reminds me, I gotta get ready to start getting my camping stuff together. Now with that particular vehicle that I have, which is the 26 Passport Trail Sport, you know, it comes now, they went back to the old school. You can get a table that goes in the back. Yeah, some of y'all know that. You can get a table that goes in the back and you can attach the legs. Now, it looks good inside the back of the vehicle as a rear deck cover. But then I thought about it. I'm gonna be limited if I buy that thing at the price. Big box ordering place has some kind of like the metal ones, like the old wrought iron, but they're not. And it's foldable, and it comes with 2 chairs. You can get 4 chairs if you want. I think I'm gonna go with that instead of that real deck cover because I'm not gonna always use it. And depends on what load I take when I go camping. If I get the travel trailer or not, I may end up taking my truck. So if I take my truck, if I got that little Honda Specialty table / rear deck, it's not gonna be that feasible for me to have it on my truck. So this one, the other one comes in like a little suitcase type deal. So I think I'm gonna get the one off the big box and save myself some money. It's like $98 for the one I want, instead of between $300 and $400 for. Although I do like the one that goes in the back of the Honda. I don't think, now the more I think about it, now I've seen people when they bought it, the more I see it, the more I say, well, the weight capacity of the table is not that great. I think it's more for show. It's more for like, if you're real dainty, you know, I don't think it's really camp certified, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm probably gonna do that. That's one of the things that's on my mind. I should have ordered it when I got here, but like I said, once I got out of that shower, I sat down, put my evening relaxation music on. It's all instrumental, and I'm just gonna ride it out for the rest of the evening. Take it easy. So what's on everyone's mind this evening? Don't be shy. Go ahead and type it in. Speak up. Tell you what, my glasses are actually absolutely dirty. So where's everybody from? You start off with that if you have anything to say. So back to camping. So I'm gonna start slow. I'm debating on, the last thing I'm gonna get is a fishing license, because I don't even know if I'm gonna be doing a lot of fishing. I think just getting the bare necessities right now makes sense. And I'm looking for a certain type of tent that's really, really durable. Something along the lines of military grade. And I do know that you can buy those military grade tents, but that thing is too massive. Now, if I can find a small one, you can buy it off one of these government sites. A lot of them, I was on one of those government sites. A lot of that stuff hadn't even been opened yet. So I might take a chance at that. But But I do want to get into some serious camping. Until I get my travel trailer, I am going to probably August, my birthday. I think I'm gonna rent one and go down along the coast and find me a nice little campsite. Probably head towards Savannah, somewhere like that, and just find me a nice campsite down there. Take a couple days, spread it out, Friday and a Monday, spread it out over the weekend, 4-day weekend, do something like that. Just hitch it up and go. Because I think a lot of people been saying, well, you should rent it and see how you like it before you actually buy one. And that makes a lot of sense, because it's just like buying a car. I mean, y'all done bought a car, and then after about 2 weeks, you be like, oh, it wasn't what I thought it was. You know, although I know there's 2 different travel trailers that I do want to get. I narrowed it down to 2, but renting makes a lot of sense right now. And a lot of times you can rent from private owners, so you don't have to necessarily go through a dealership to rent one and pay extra money. You can rent through a private owner, so I probably end up doing something like that. And I won't be taking a grill, nothing like that. I'm more into the flat top griddle, so I'm looking for one of the ones that fold up, the portable, and to catch a good deal on one. I would really do take the griddle and do that, because most campsites, they have those little grills already out there. All I gotta do is throw some foil on it. But I don't think I'll be doing much grilling when I get there anyway. It'll probably be on that flat top griddle, if anything. Besides, I want to be gone. If I leave Friday, won't cook anything that Friday night. It'll be Saturday and Sunday cooking. So Monday be headed back. So a little small portable griddle would work. Just some of the things I've been thinking about more and more. That it's funny, because everything that I think about lately, I'm thinking about it because I want to do it by myself. I really don't want to have nobody. I don't want nobody in my way. And I'm thinking that's what I'm gonna do eventually. It's kind of dark in here. Y'all hold on a second. That's better. So most of the things I do want to do, I would like to do it alone. Namely, the camping trips. Last year I was supposed to take the Amtrak. Oh, oops, sorry y'all, I said it. The gray train, blue and gray train across country. I didn't do it. I still want to do that. And I think one of the trips is, well, I've taken the one that goes from Atlanta to New Orleans. So I probably booked that other ticket and take it from New Orleans to LA or to California. So I'll do the southern United States instead of the north end. So I think that's what I'm gonna end up doing. And to take it from Atlanta, the train from Atlanta to New Orleans was like 11 and a half hours. So I can imagine how long it's gonna take to get all the way to California. I think they say it's 24 hours, maybe 36, somewhere around there. But if you got a sleeper car, see the countryside, it'll be something very beautiful, because I'm all about trying to do some more peaceful things right now. Y'all had my days of hell. So I don't wish to do that right now. I want to just try to maintain as much of a level of comfort as I possibly can, because like I say, only I can fail myself. You know, I keep things where it is. Keep my little friend that comes by every now and then and let's just say dust me off around here. And I'm fine with that. You know, company is not me having company is not an issue. I get to the point where sometimes I have too much company. I don't want nobody around for a while. I just like to just be at home and I can go visit you. But the funny thing is, with all my friends being close in age and them being married or whatever the situation, y'all, these some grown ass men, they can't have company. The only company that they usually have is their wives, friends, and their husbands. But they can't have their own set of friends to stop by. So when I'm knowing these, once I found this out and I realized it, they always want to come around. But they never invite me over. So I realized, hey, man, you mean tell me you can't have company? So I really just stopped allowing them to come over here because, hey, fair is fair, right? But how can you be a grown man in a relationship and you can't have company? And they always, oh man, I should have told you about last weekend. We had a cookout. I started to invite you. You can't have your own friends. I had a friend like that right now. All the way clear up in Denver. He can't have his own set of friends. Grape juice this time. I go from apple to grape, back to apple. Got this strawberry lemonade. It's all right, but I can't drink too much of that. But if you can't have your own friends, you can't have your own life and be in a relationship also. I don't see the point. I really don't see the point. I mean, you're giving each other all this time, but when it comes to you and your friends, they are very scarce, to say the least. Like I say, friend all the way up in Denver. Known him for a while. Can't have company. Even when he comes to town, I just stopped listening to him, to be honest with y'all. Man, we gonna be in town, such and such, we ought to get together. I just stopped. Cause that's the third time of saying that, and you came all the way to Atlanta from Denver, and then it was all these excuses. Nah, that's all right. I'd rather you just be, hey man, you know I can't hang. I respect you more. Cause once you lie to me, and then I'm not gonna even expect anything else but a lie from you, no matter what you tell me. But I don't know if I'll be in a situation like that. I never have been in a situation like that. Not saying I was, married a few times and I was in the streets running around this, that, and the third, but I maintained my friendships. Unless it was just some fool that just burnt me and spent money and didn't pay me back my money that they borrowed, stuff like that, then I'll have to cut you loose. I've done it before. And I tell them prior to that, okay, you said date. You borrowed $25. You said you'll get back to me for Friday. Here it is Monday. Then I don't hear from you for about 2 weeks. You as good as gone. Friendship gone. Over $25. Because you need to learn to be a man of your word. If you say you're gonna pay somebody back, you pay them back. So if you borrow a tool, you return it. Let's see. Sasa asked how long I've been borrowed. Actually, I wish that was 100% true because my hair grows fast. It still grows fast. I just shaved it. I normally do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If I didn't get back on this thing and I got on here Friday, I have, except for this little thing right here, just barely, I have plenty of hair. So I didn't shave it because I'm going bald. Listen, you can hear it. Y'all hear the stubs? I shaved it because I had this one particular barber, which I'm glad I found out he's moving back into the area. So I had this one particular barber, and he moved far away. And so he kept it faded and all that nice stuff, kept it trimmed up good. But when he moved, I just said, well, let me just shave my head. Cause I had done it once before. Then again, this little bitty, raggedy, scuffly, barely noticeable on my face. That's maybe 2 years now. And at one time, I went for that perfect edge and all that. Man, I look so darn fake. I already look the way it does. It's scraggly, scrappy. I trim it down, but I like the more natural look. Y'all ain't finna catch me running around here looking pretty. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. But that's too much. But to answer your question, no, I'm not bald. mean, I have hair. You know, I just, like I said, this was done Monday. Tomorrow being Wednesday, I hit it again. So no, I'm not bald. But since we're talking about being bald, was that a joke? I mean, that's a joke. I'm just curious. Because if if you asking that in reference to a joke, that was stupid. To be honest with you, that was stupid. Just saying. I ain't calling you stupid. I'm just saying it's stupid. You know, I answered your question, but you know, what you see is what you get. I even got hair under my arms. You want to see it? But no, my hair is still growing. It grows pretty good. It grows pretty fast. I even got I always get that one nose hair. It grows that way and it tickles me. And I always forget to snatch it out of there. So I spend a whole day doing this with my nose. You know, if I had one part of me that I did not like, and I know I can fix it, and I have fixed it for the most part, as oily as my skin gets, my feet are dry and chappy. So I was trying all these foot creams and I found one that absolutely works. And another reason why I was dry, and my head get dry sometime after about a day, so I have to put the oil treatment on every day. Dehydration. That's why sometimes my skin gets a little dry. And eczema. Eczema hit me out of nowhere one day. I thought my old dog did it. You know, I was right there in the yard with my dog, and I thought I got it from a dog, and went to the dermo, and that's what it was. But it really hasn't bothered me much lately. All these prescriptions and things that they was giving me to try, and I switched to some basic, generic, over-the-counter stuff, and it worked fine. You just have to remember to stay hydrated. Stress can cause it to flare up. Dehydration, of course. And beer. So if I know I'm gonna drink a lot of beer or any type of alcohol, I need to drink a lot of water. For it's affected me such that the hair on the bottom part of my leg pretty much went away. They so smooth right now because of the eczema and everything. But hey, it's all right. I hate hair pulling in under my clothes anyway. If I can go to work every day and then have to wear shoes and socks and just some sandals, I'll do that every day. I don't like things on me all day long. I don't like clothes. You wouldn't catch me in a tie. I mean, I just don't care for them. I like being casual. I don't have to go out and overdress to try to impress nobody. Anything like that. I'm just natural. I come in, I take my shower, I put on my little faded t-shirt and my shorts. I'm good to go. Yeah, I can go in there and put on a really nice press shirt just to get on live and talk to everybody, but I'm dressed, so I'm comfortable. If y'all are comfortable, shouldn't I be? I'm comfortable. And you know, you have to, let's see. So you have to learn to love yourself. You know, be satisfied with what you have. It's just that simple. And brother, man, if you're balding, I don't have remedies on balding. I really don't. You know, it might be hereditary. If you wore a lot of hats, and if you're still wearing hats, you're not giving your head a chance to breathe. I never liked hats. When I was young, I may have wore a baseball cap every now and then, but not much. So I don't know what to tell you. You know, you gonna get to a point. Some women gonna find your baldness sexy. Since everybody on here talking about that man, that this, that that, now everybody want them an Yeah. So just embrace it. You know, hair or lack of is nothing to be ashamed of. I would make a comment on that based on women, but I don't want to offend nobody. So I'm gonna get off this balding subject because I may say something in reference to women and I don't want to offend nobody because then, you know, you never know what somebody's going through. So I'm gonna leave that alone. But I would like to talk about how have you approached figuring out a way to save more money? Have most of you gotten to that point now where you spend less, but only spend it on the things that you really want? Have you? I know a lot of times people, okay, let me see how can I say this? Let's say you worked at a particular factory, okay? People look at you and they look at the fact that you drive 2 fairly new cars. But they thinking, well, he at this factory, he can't afford them. Why do people always get the assumption that just because you work at that factory, that's your only bread and butter? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you could have one really, really nice $90,000 vehicle, or you can have 2 very good $45,000 vehicles. Do the math. But you pull up in one or the other at the factory, somebody got something to say to you. See, it's amazing how people watch you, and the first people that speak up whenever they see a change in you, it's usually people that don't even fool with you at all. But they got to be nosy. They got to get in your business. I'm only going to tell you what I want you to know about me. I've never been the type to want to get so deeply involved, whether it's a part-time job, a full-time job, or a weekend yard job. I'm not gonna let you get too close to me. I don't see a reason to. I really don't. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I don't know if any of you came back from earlier. It's not a funny story, but I'm gonna tell it because I said I would. Sorry, I got something in my teeth. About dancing. I brought up the subject, learn to dance so you can impress your lady. So back in the Stone Ages when I was married, and she knew I couldn't dance. I can't. I can't dance. Okay. So we was hanging out one time, and they were playing music at this particular spot, and this Hispanic crew was over there, and turns out it was 2 brothers and their girlfriends. And they just dance. So I get up and go, I was going somewhere. And so my wife goes over there and stuff. She got on the dance floor, started dancing with everybody. So I'm sitting there watching. She said, yeah, they dance really good. I said, okay, cool. Because I knew we had a party coming up in the same spot. So I go over and I walk by the table. So it was 4 of them, the 2 brothers and their girlfriends. I said, how y'all doing? I said, look, I don't mean to be rude, but I have a question to ask. I said, first of all, how y'all doing? They was like, oh, we good, brother, man, blah, blah, blah. And brothers had a pitcher of beer. I said, look, let me buy y'all a pitcher of beer. I was like, okay, cool, man. They looking at me like, okay, what is he on? I said, look, man, those y'all's out there dancing, y'all doing pretty good. And I say, ladies, I don't mean no disrespect, but I said, now, me and my wife having a party in a couple of weeks. And we were wondering if y'all want to come back up here to the party because I can't dance. And can y'all dance with her? Because she came over there and danced with y'all, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah, man. So he looked at this lady. She was like, oh, yeah, he's a great dancer. I don't mind. So nobody knew about this. I don't mess around and hire a stunt dancer. That's how good that guy could dance. a stunt dancer. Having a great time. They out there, party coming along. They out there dancing. They dancing like, you know how y'all be. They just going at it. And her sister came over there and said, do I need to be, well, you ain't finna start now, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, why? Man, the way they over there dancing, she gonna mess around and come home pregnant. So I'm like, you get up, it's just going on. I'm just bouncing around, trying to hear what everybody's saying about how they dancing. Nobody knew how that came about. And so finally, my buddies come over. Damn, Warren, you a better man than me. Man, I said, man, it's all good, man. He was with his date. And she was like, you ain't gonna go out there and rescue your wife? Cause he gonna mess around and run off with her, whatever. So I finally told him, I said, look, y'all, that's my stunt dancer. They like, what? I'm like, y'all hired a stunt dancer. Cause they already know me. They already know I be on some silliness. So, whole night goes on. Great party. We had plenty of food, plenty of drinks, and a stunt dancer. Now, and I'm not gonna name the name of the old place because I don't want these folks to come and get me. When I originally set this party up, I talked to the then manager, and I asked him, could we do a party of about 40 people? He's like, yeah, man. And I was like, well, can you give me an idea what it's gonna cost? I want to pay for as many chicken wings we can get and fries. Anything other than that, of course, it comes with the typicals. If you need salad dressing and eat chicken wings, okay, leave that right there. So it comes with that. He said, oh man, I got you. Just give me $200. Fast forward in the story, kind of find out he pocketed $200. He was slinging chicken out the back that he was stealing from the manager. I didn't know at the time. But prior to that, I was like, well, do you mind if we bring some refreshments? So he allowed me to bring the hunch punch. So I showed up with 4 gallons of hunch punch that we created in the basement like we was trying to rebuild Frankenstein. I said, can I use one of your best servers, which happened to be my favorite server. You know, so I hired her for the night. So we had a server, we had all the chicken wings and fries, we had hunch punch, and plus I paid the server, of course, and then she still had a tip jar. So everybody like, damn man, you got it going on, man. How'd you throw all this together? I just wanted to ask the old boy. But needless to say, that place did, a couple of years after that, it shut down and they got caught doing some other stuff. He got caught doing something totally unrelated. Now, we was gonna have another party. And I found an event center. Paid the guy for the event center. Not only did I pay the guy for the event center, I had 3 servers. It was supposed to be 2, but I ended up, she brought her friend, so I had 3 servers at the event party. I had my lieutenant guy. I already talked about who the lieutenant man is. My lieutenant, we can talk about the lieutenant too later on. It's too early for that part of the conversation. So he was kind of helping me make sure we had kept all the alcohol, whatever that was there. I gave the servers a flat fee. Plus they was able to set up tip jars. So their responsibility was they fixed your food as you came down the line. They poured your drinks. And one of them who came along with the other server, she said, well, I don't mind helping Mr. Warren. I said, okay, I'm gonna still pay you. So she make sure she went around and she cleaned the plates and stuff off, paper plates and stuff off the tables and all this stuff, because what wasn't gonna happen, I look out there and my party look a hot mess from food all on the floor and everywhere and stuff like that. OCD. Great party. We had entertainment. I had a DJ, still can't dance. But it turned out to be a great party. All at an event party. And it's a way you can do that kind of stuff real cheap. Because at the time, this actual Chinese restaurant, I had been going to them so long. I always got my fried rice and my wings, or I would get fish sometime. And I went up there and talked to the lady. I think her and her husband, they owned the place. And I must have gotten 300 plus wings, fries, the whole 9. I had ordered some more food. She gave me a discount, and they brought it out to my truck, loaded up. Left there, went right around the corner to the event center because everything I did was within driving distance of each other. For that party, that was a party. That was the second one, which was in August. Once we decided that we was gonna do that party, we was sitting around like October, previous year. Yeah, let's do it. I started buying alcohol for that party in December. So from December all the way to August, I was buying 2 or 3 bottles of this or that, here or there. I secured the place January first weekend in January. Met the guy up there, secured it. So I already had the deposit on that. That next month I paid in full. And he saw my seriousness. He said, well, y'all can stay long as y'all want, long as it's cleaned up by the time the church crew come on in the morning. He said, I ain't gonna charge you for the extra hours. So he gave me some extra hours. Actually, he and I became cool, and he hired me a couple times to clean the event center. The person he had wasn't showing up. And he reached out to me because I kind of teased him when I was up there the first time. I said, man, you ever need some help cleaning up? I need to work back. I need to earn some of this money back. And he remembered it. So I worked for him a couple of times. Yeah, I've had cleaning jobs. I had all kinds of jobs. Everything but so dope. I've had all kinds of jobs. So that party went off pretty good. We had taken up collection. And a friend of mine was there. First, none of the guys wanted to get on the stage, so we put them in a chair, set them on the stage, and we ended up getting like 4 young ladies, and they all had to dance the best they could on him or around him, clothed, of course. And it was a one pot take all. Just so happened one young lady that wasn't even gonna come to the party, she got off work early to come. She ended up winning over $400 for a dance contest. So we took a collection. We started taking up collections. Y'all, look, we taking up collection. We're gonna do this later because nobody had to pay 1 cent to come to my party because I started planning for that party way back in October the previous year. Some people have parties. Some people want to charge you to come to a party. Nah, that ain't. If I can't afford to get the event center, if I can't afford to put the food out, if I can't afford to get the drinks, I ain't finna charge y'all. Now, if you want to come and donate, that's on you. If you want to bring a gift, that's on you. If you want to offer your services, that's on you. But I think it's tacky. You have a birthday party, and I gotta buy a ticket to come. That is just me, you know, because I've never been that type. When I put it out, I put it out. And everything I did was done over time, within reason. We didn't have to go over budget on nothing. Because when I said I was going to start buying drinks, alcohol, back then, when we decided in October, December, I was already buying alcohol. And what I didn't buy early was beer. But the money I was spending on the beer, I was putting to the side. So that month of that party, I don't know how many cases of beer I had. And money was already put aside. The food money was put aside. I had already shopped for all the cups and plates and everything. Wasn't no cheesy little cheap paper plates. We did like the clear plastic ones and matching cups. You know what? You all know. We had some balloons set up over there in the corner in case anybody want to take a picture. You know, y'all know how y'all do. And it was casual. It wasn't one of these color-coded parties. It wasn't a white party. It wasn't a linen party. It wasn't It was hot. It was August. So you come casual. That's all. That's all it was. Because a lot of times when you have these parties, especially if you're going to throw a party and then you let somebody know 2 weeks from the party that you having a party. Oh, by the way, it's an all black party. First of all, somebody may not have something decently all black to wear, or linen or nothing. So you're gonna lose probably more people than you're gonna have at your party. I mean, to each his own. That's what you want to do. I haven't. I went to a pajama party last Christmas. I think it was. Was it around last Christmas? No, year before last. I went to a pajama party. Yes, that was great in December. Turned out to be pretty good. But anyway, so when I did that party, outside the ones we had at home, but the one at the bar was great, and the one at the event center was even better because people from the bar remember they said, man, we gonna be there. Cause they were still trying to figure out how did I pull that party out off at that bar and had all these wings, and they said he coming in with 4 gallons of hunch punch under the table, and I don't hire one of their best servers, the little cutie pie. Sure did. And it was done on a budget. And because I've never been one to think I have to be out here doing something so extravagant. You know, I probably have spent decent money on vehicles. But other than that, no. When I was shopping, if I start looking for new furniture tomorrow, first thing I'm gonna do is go online and look for some estate sales. Cause a lot of times you're gonna buy stuff on there that's brand new, that's just been sitting in people's houses and they ain't even used it. So it's just all about how you can figure out ways of saving money. Trying to think. The first marriage, we did like more family stuff. The whole family came over type stuff. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'd be bored with that. You know, your Thanksgiving stuff, your Christmas stuff. I got burnt out with that. If you do it so many times and you bouncing around from place to place, it can be great. It was fun. It was more exciting for me when Black Friday actually meant something. When you would get up early in the morning, actually went to the store, but when the internet popped off and got all the way it got, nobody was bum rushing stores no more. So, you know, then a lot of people lost their desire to want to go shop like that. Everything's got to be ordered. And I order a lot of stuff online. And if it's something large that I'm expecting, I'm so close to home, I can leave work, come get it, go right back to work on my lunch break. So that, you know, I can take care of that. But I'm thinking this year I may this August I might do something. If I don't, I gotta make my mind up because it's about to be May. If I don't camp in August, I may have me a small party. And a friend of mine, y'all might know about this. She had a party. I didn't know you could rent people's pools. Like they got a house, you can rent their pool. And if they got a pool house, you can rent that. You just more than likely can't go in their houses. And she rented one and had a pool party. It was great. I had no clue you could do that. Y'all, I'll pull it up. I'm not gonna give a plug for the name of the place because I don't want to get no breach of this and all that stuff. I'm trying to be right, y'all. I think I'm on probation. But yeah, you can rent a whole pool. She ended up with, she might have about 15, 20 people there. And you pay by the hour. And you get close to the end of that last 2 hours, you get a notification that if you would like to extend it. So we all took up collection and extended it 2 more hours because everybody was having too much fun. I didn't know that existed. And when she was first telling me, she was giving me every other word. So I'm trying to make sense of what she's talking about. But she finally clarified it for me. And yeah, she rented the pool at somebody's house. I didn't know that existed, but now I know. I'm thinking about doing something like that this August. If I don't do the camping thing, I really want to go camping. So well, we're gonna see. And if I do go camping, y'all know I'm gonna be videoing everything. I got my little action camera. I'm gonna use that. The only reason why I haven't used it that much now because I figured I'd rather be live than be recording stuff to play 24 hours later, 6 hours later. I'd rather just go live and talk about what I talk about. Because a lot of times I don't know what I'm gonna say when I get on here. I'm over here telling y'all about renting swimming pools and going camping and the hookup. And speaking of the hookup, back when I was going to freaking bars and all this kind of stuff, bartenders would give you the hookup too. But I really wasn't a heavy drinker, so it didn't really, just wasn't that. It saved me money on food, but drinks, no. But if y'all already know about this thing where you can rent somebody's pool, how's your experience with it? Or just look it up. Pool rental. It'll pop up. Starts with an S. But I'm on probation, I think, so I'm not gonna keep name dropping all these places. I believe either somebody was teasing me about I was breaching, or that was actually YouTube. I'm not gonna risk it. Whatever it was. My head is shiny enough. Typically when I go to bed at night, I don't put any oil on it because with my oily skin and the type of pillowcase I got, it'll just show up. So no. So it's probably looking all dry right now because I washed it. And be honest with y'all, I probably got lint in it because I dried it with that cheap washcloth. I told y'all gonna get what y'all get. You gonna get what you get with me. But no, it's not oil. It's dry. I typically go to sleep like that. So in the morning I get up, I wipe it down again with a hot towel, and I get my little thing and takes me 10 minutes to get it right. Clean my head with sea breeze, cotton ball. If you really want to go that deep with it, then I wash it with a warm towel, and then I put my oil on it, and I take my little shiny butt on to work. I was raised shiny. How many of y'all remember going to school? You got all that Vaseline on your face, but we didn't know Vaseline also helped protect you against the cold. We didn't know that growing up, but we had Vaseline on our faces. But you can come all it for me though. So it's but yeah, I think the camping thing is better for me. So it just depends on how August looks, more or less the 1st of June, because I gotta decide by then. And I got a couple buddies. I think they're going to. Where did he say he was going? Rio de Janeiro. Is that right? They scheduled that for September. I might go. They have nothing but time. What kills me and all these ladies, they hit me up. To go back to the dating site. Be passport ready. Because I have a passport don't mean I'm gonna be ready for you. Because like I said several times, I have to be able to get along with you before I start planning a trip with you. We don't even know if we're gonna be able to spend one night together, let alone a whole weekend or 4 days or 5 days. We don't know. So how do you know? How do you know? just all depends. I think there's probably 3 people that I know right now that I would jump at the chance to take a vacation with if the timing was right. But some of these newbies, because y'all may not want to admit this, we have these professional eaters and these professional travelers, and that's their main goal, to see who can take them the furthest and who can feed them the best food. And I ain't knocking it. If you got that kind of money, man, wine and dine her. How do y'all say, get flued out? Go all in on her. But this woman that's getting flued out, okay, let's just say she's from South Carolina and he flew her out to LA. Could have been I don't know, $1,200 trip. I don't know. Took her shopping. Fed her good. Now, here's the thing. Just because that man put that much time, mostly money into you, that doesn't necessarily, and women ladies, don't get mad at this. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're that much of a caliber of woman to the next guy that's gonna do that. See, he may be up here. You may not be on his level. So the one that flew you out was probably equal or less. But you was like, man, I'm getting a free trip. I'm gonna go out here and post me some new pictures of some new food, some new restaurants. I got flued out. That was the thing. But you can, but you shouldn't get mad because now everybody else you're meeting, they ain't on that. Because he's probably a strict businessman. He's probably ain't got time for that kind of foolishness. He probably would fly you out if there was an event, something worthwhile. If you were on the level that he desired. So you can't judge it just because you had that experience once in your life that it elevated you. That doesn't necessarily mean it elevated you, because you haven't done anything to elevate yourself. You know, you still getting discount hairdos. You still going to the backdoor nail salon. And I'm not knocking that, because it's all about saving money, but I'm just saying not every man is gonna want that woman that walks around with a total filter on. A lot of times we can go out with a particular lady. We don't even know what she looks like. That's not her hair, fake nails, the eyelashes, all the makeup, the padded everything. We don't even know who we're dealing with. You could pass that woman on the street the next day and not even recognize her. Same go with men. No, y'all in here now getting hair pieces or whatnot. And I ain't even knocking that either. I mean, do what you gotta do, you know, but at some point, when you want to be all natural, when you want the person to see you for who you really are, and that's what I've done here lately, with some of this online stuff, especially if you hit me up and you hit like or whatever, and I'm sitting there looking at all these pictures and you just plastered and everything, I'll tell them, yeah, by the time we have a phone conversation, the second time we reach out, it will be a video call and no filters. Oh no, I can't do that. But you looking for a good man, you're looking for somebody to spend the rest of your life with, but he can't see you in your natural state. That don't make sense to me. You know, if you're gonna spend time with that person, there it is. I mean, it makes sense, right? It makes absolute sense. Good sense. Now, I'm gonna do a poll, and for all those of you that are still on here, I'm gonna ask y'all a question, okay? And then, if I get at least 3 people that say go for it or yes, I'll do it. Except for the person I'm asking the question about. Now, if the person that's on here that I asked the question about, if they respond to it, I'm voiding the whole situation. Okay? So consider the game. So here's the question. So there's this one particular person that keeps bringing up this same repetitive question or reference to somebody else that's been on here. I've seen him on here several times, and I'm gonna give him his moment to shine. I'm gonna show y'all just how weak he is, or if he's even smart enough to know he's weak. A couple of days ago, he was making reference to the same thing he's still making reference to right now. And I said to this person a couple of days ago, I tell you what, send me a direct message best way you can. And if you can send me one, we can FaceTime later this evening as soon as my phone charges up. This is what I said, probably Sunday. Because he was going on about the whole Diddy thing. Making reference to me and Diddy, blah, 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 all this kind of stuff. But he was too much of a coward to send the information, because I was going to do a video chat, because like I said to him the other day, I'll show you what's in my bag of tricks. All you got to do is be man enough to link up, as they say, so we can make this video call instead of being a coward. And here you are 3 days in and you still talking about Diddy. Now, if I get at least 3 people say go all in, I'll go all in about this idiot. But if I don't get 3 people, and I'm gonna pause that, I'm gonna talk about something else. If I get 3 people say go all in or say go for it in caps, I go for it. So we can go and just get this person his moment of his time to shine, because he was too much of a coward to do it then, and he's still talking about Diddy. So I'm gonna talk about him and Diddy if y'all want me to do that. If I get banned, then so be it. So y'all excuse me for 1 minute, go get me some more juice. And if I get 3 go for it's on that particular subject about Diddy, I'll talk about him. I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, let's see where we are on that. Any takers? Anybody say go for it? Nope. Didn't get it. So you're out of luck. You're out of luck, Chuck. Oh well, your moment to shine. Oh well, you gotta go. You're wasting time. So now we can move on. We got away from that idiot. So I really was prepared to just go all in, and but it really He was a coward, so let's not even worry about that. I really want my moment to just go all in, so y'all can just see just how much I get on one. But anyway, we've covered a lot of dating. I think I'm becoming some type of a low-key relationship coach. I don't know how I turned into that, but it seems to be working for me. But I don't mind being on here. I mean, I'm actually starting to enjoy doing this, but putting on my glasses to see where we are on certain subjects, what we're doing right now. I really don't mind, but I really want to go in on that idiot, but he's gone, so that's the end of that. I do welcome any types of conversations, but if you just gonna stay on the exact same thing for 3 days in a row because that's all you have, come on now. So anyway, time for my 2 hours of television time before I call it night. So everybody have a great evening, rest peacefully. Tomorrow is hump day, so make the best of it. Take care, everybody. Bye.